I just want to take a few minutes to go over your case study with you to clarify some common misconceptions about it. It comes in 3 installments, and they have different due dates, so you'll definitely want to keep an eye on that. The first installment, understand, is basically no more than a letter. And what I'm looking for is to see that you know how to create a business letter. In other words, it'll be a standard block format with no indentations, a line skipping between each paragraph, but don't double space. It needs to start with your name, address, information, and then followed by the receiver's name, address, and information, and salutation, and then the block of the letter. The only thing that's in this letter would be expressing your appreciation for allowing the company or business owner to allow you to look at the schematic of the building, and you're thanking that person for that, and the fact that they had that you are confident that you can automate this building in accordance with what they want, and that you're asking for permission to do some research and submit them with a proposal for the cost. With your first installment, you're not going to actually submit the proposal. You're going to request permission to submit the proposal. So basically, it's nothing more than a letter. A couple of things to remember. If it is not done by standard block format, there will be points off. If your English is bad and your spelling is bad, there'll be points off. And if it is more than a single page, there'll be points off. And you'll just submit that to me in your in Moodle, where the submission link is, and that is the first installment to this. Your second installment is to create an Excel spreadsheet and a cover letter to go with it explaining what that spreadsheet is, in which you put in reasonably plain English the equipment that you're going to use and the labor that you're going to charge, and it shows a total of what your estimate is for doing this job, keeping of course in mind that if you put 4 XP 800-427 computers at X number of dollars a piece for a total of Y number of dollars, that's not something that a business owner is going to understand. But if you say 4 Dell desktop computers with Windows 7 and Microsoft Office suite, then that's something that the business owner can understand. And you'll submit, on your second installment, you'll submit that spreadsheet, and you'll submit a cover letter explaining, again, thank you for allowing me to submit this estimate of cost. And keep in mind that if you leave something out, you're going to lose money. And the best way to do labor is, we understand how labor is done. It's usually done at around $150 for each dual drop, but we're not going to do it that way. Let's just put $3,000 in for labor, and everybody will use the same amount of labor rather than trying to calculate that out, and go from there. Your last installment, third and last installment of your threaded case study, which will be at the end of the semester, is a PowerPoint presentation in which you will have taken the drawing or the floor plan of the building and actually drawn over it in a code showing where cables and servers and switches and your main distribution frame or main distribution facility is located, where everything is going to be located, printers and everything, in a very well done drawing. That should be incorporated into your PowerPoint presentation. Your estimate, the spreadsheet of your estimate that you would have done in installment number 2, should also be included in that PowerPoint presentation. Now let me tell you, so that you'll know, a PowerPoint presentation is never a word-for-word presentation of what you're going to say. Excuse me. In other words, just figure what, if you were going to present this without a PowerPoint presentation to a group of people, you would put on a piece of paper an outline. Number one, I'm going to welcome. Number two, I'm going to talk about this. Number three, I'm going to talk about this. Number four, I'm going to talk about this. It would be an outline of what you want to talk about, so that you wouldn't be reading it. You'd just be referring to the outline and it's saying, this is what I want to talk about next. That's what a PowerPoint presentation is. It's just a representation so that they can see what you're going to talk about next. And you can put a little more detail in a PowerPoint presentation than you would in handwritten note cards, but not much more. And of course, you would add a well-defined, in focus spreadsheet and the drawing of their building. A lot of students include graphical representations of the computers and servers and switches and things like that they're going to buy, just for added graphics, and I would suggest that you do that. And those are your 3 installments. Now, if there's anything that you don't understand, you can talk to me over Skype. You can call my office. You can email me. You can use the Yahoo Messenger, and we can talk it through, or you can come by and see me. But anyway, that's the threaded case study, and it shouldn't be any more complex than that. Thank you very much.